that is our panel for today, and I want to open it up to questions. Once again, if you have a question, you can use the raise hand feature in the participants tab or submit it through the chat. And so while folks are doing that, I just want to start with one question that was submitted online in advance, which is, does HGSU-UAW have a response to Harvard's recent announcement that it will hold classes in the fall, whether in person or online? What are you most concerned about with regards to how continued online instruction will impact grad workers? And I'll turn that over to Justin in 1 second to talk about the union side, but I want to see if any of the other student workers on the panel want to answer specifically how continued online instruction affects their role as workers, as teaching assistants at the university.
Yes, I think the greatest concern is that if workload is too excessive. I mean, it has depended on the class. The class I've been teaching for, we've transitioned fairly smoothly to online learning. But clearly the university is, this semester was a transition period. Recent communication also articulated wanting to, I think, to do it well and to do it and to plan so that it can be done sort of, if it has to be online for the entire semester, it can be done continuously. The thing that the university needs to do is sign a contract so we have a workload provision, because the biggest concern, I think, would be that the workload expectations could be excessive in sort of a period where there isn't precedent about what workload should be.
Great, thank you. And I see we have a question from Michael Glenn. If you want to go ahead and unmute yourself.
Actually, I'm coming up under my husband's Zoom account. So my name is Susan Sherrod, not Michael Glenn. I just wanted to say, first of all, that I totally support the union. I'm an alum and who helped organize the Teaching Fellows Union in 1966 through 68. We had one then, we negotiated a contract, not nearly as complete as yours. But I'm also a member of the group of 69 strikers around the Vietnam War who are also strong supporters of you. So I just wanted to say that I guess my question that I had, you really already answered, but it was really about the fact of online teaching requiring more work. I have a son who is a professor now teaching online at USC. I have a friend who's a professor at Berkeley School of Music now teaching online, and they both say that online teaching is actually more time consuming to do it well, to actually translate. And so, you know, I guess that was really my question, is this adding to your workload to be doing the online teaching?
Yeah, thank you for that. Any of the panelists want to talk a little more about their experience with online teaching so far?
May I briefly? So I just want to say that, you know, I think it's really important that we provide continuity for the students and that we give them, you know, a comprehensive or like an effective educational experience. But the training that we received for teaching, you know, when we first entered Harvard and when we first became teaching fellows for the first time was, I think, very specific and tailored to the classroom. And so there has been a retraining aspect of this internally that I think everyone has had to go through, right? But in order to provide the sorts of superior quality experience that our deans and our key administrators are indicating will need to happen in the fall, I think that there should be an institutional effort to try to, you know, retrain faculty members and teaching fellows, because as much as, and I respect the professor under whom I work immensely, right? But technologically speaking, a lot of professors don't quite have the digital literacy that the younger generations who are typically fill out the ranks of TS do. And what that means is a lot of coordination and a lot of just basic technical questions either fall on our shoulders or the administrators who work at, for example, the Bach Center, who are involved in teaching, you know, pedagogy, scholarship, and I think that to make it more equitable, a much more comprehensive institutional effort needs to take place. And I think a contract provides really the perfect framework for that, for regulating what is what person's responsibility. Otherwise, a lot of that work just slides downhill.
I want to add one more thing. So I think something many people have seen probably online from stories and or talking to many of their friends or family, it is very hard to teach when you have kids. And so some sort of accommodation for parents who's just simply unfeasible to teach at home. When you have a partner and kids, apartments in Cambridge are small. It can often be very challenging. So making sure there's accommodation there is essential.
Absolutely. Thank you.